Good afternoon and welcome, migrant districts. I just wanted to say thank you guys for being so flexible with me. I know I always tell you guys the same thing, and I'm very new to migrant and still learning it, and it is a very large program, so I always appreciate your flexibility and patience with me. Today we are going to have 3 guest speakers. We have Jenna Russell from Tri-State HEP Director, Lynn Wheeler from Tri-State Camp Director, and also Jamie Ladd. She is the ESL Program Specialist at OU. I also wanted to welcome, we have a new migrant recruiter down or over in Tahlequah. Her name is Kat Buck, and so she's also very new to the migrant program, but some of those that are very seasoned with the program and knowledgeable, she may need, a helping hand just as I do a lot of times. So, but I just want to tell you guys thank you for coming and this afternoon, and on behalf of Superintendent Joy Hoffmeister, we are going to do our PAC meeting, which is Parental Advisory Council. This is also kind of I've got a few of our stakeholders like Lynn and Jenna are a part of this meeting as well. Our program purpose is through our SS Section 1301. It's to assist states in supporting high quality and comprehensive educational programs and services during the school year, and is applicable during summer and intersession periods that address the unique educational needs of migratory children. To ensure that migratory children who move among the states are not penalized in any manner by disparities among the states in curriculum, graduation requirements, and challenging state academic standards. We also want to ensure that migratory children receive full and appropriate opportunities to meet the same challenging state academic standards that all children are expected to meet. To help migratory children overcome educational disruptions, cultural and language barriers, social isolation, various health-related problems, and other factors that inhibit the ability of such children to succeed in school. To help migratory children benefit from state and local systematic reforms. Our program purpose is the goal of the program is for all migrant students to graduate with a high school diploma or complete a GED that prepares them for responsible citizenship, further learning, and productive employment. Uh-oh. Gary, I got the wrong PowerPoint up. No, I don't want this one. When at the very beginning it said stakeholders, I went, okay, yeah, I've got some stakeholders here. I'm sorry about that.
We'll trade you out here.
I'm sorry.
Nope. This way they'll know we're all human.
Yes.
I did close down your stick though.
I'm sorry. It is. It's okay. Go back to migrant. Go January 31st PAC. I am so sorry.
Run you off of that one.
Yep. So I've already gone through all of our plan purpose. Can I click through it? Okay. Here we go. That looks a little more better, more familiar. Let's see. Okay, we did our goal was to complete or have a GED, be productive in employment. So onto our Parental Advisory Council. This is a federal requirement. Each Migrant Local Education Association, the LEA, will organize a PAC and have at least 2 local PAC meetings during the school year. The state PAC officers serve for 2 years, and representatives of each LEA PAC will attend 2 state PAC meetings per year. And I do want to apologize that this PAC meeting was supposed to be in the fall, being that this is fiscal year 18-19. So we are behind on having this meeting. Our next meeting for PAC will be hopefully at the end of May this year, possibly beginning of June. And is what we will do at that May-June meeting, we will do our re-elections. so I do want to apologize for having this meeting not in a timely manner. So this is for parental involvement. Parents play a significant role in the academic achievement of their children. All Title I programs, including the Migrant Education Program, require parental involvement because it is proven to help students perform better in school. Through participation in the planning of the MEP, migrant parents are more likely to become advocates and supporters of the program because they have a personal stake in its success. Involving migrant parents in the planning of the MEP also builds their capacity to assist in their students' learning at home. Our goals of our Migrant PAC are to provide parents with the knowledge and skills needed to be an effective advocate for their child, to provide parents with the opportunities to have a choice in their migrant education program, to provide parents the opportunities to offer support to school programs. Our function of our PAC. The PAC advises the LEA on concerns of migrant parents that relate to the planning, operation, and evaluation of the MEP programs in which their children participate. The local PAC advises the Oklahoma Migrant Education Program, OMEP, at the state PAC meetings held at least twice per year. And to be eligible and a membership of the PAC. Membership should be a majority of migrant parents and or guardians. Parents or guardians of eligible migrant children and individuals who represent the interest of such parents are eligible to serve as PAC members. Selection methods may include election, volunteering, nominations, or appointments. Other PAC members may include district personnel who represent the interest of such parents. For example, directors, coordinators, parent liaisons, recruiters, and etc. Today's meeting topics, and speaking to some of our migrant districts, I had a request for CareerTech information as far as our OSYs or even our high school migrant students regarding CareerTech or tech centers. I also had a request regarding parental GED or any sort of educational classes that could be provided to the parents of migrant students, also in assisting the parents to receive their GEDs. I had a request for information regarding college preparation. And I've also got on our meeting topic some resources available via the Oklahoma Public Libraries, and I will run through those with you after our guest speakers. So we have 3 guest speakers today. Our first guest speaker that will present will be Jenna Russell. Jenna is with our Tri-State HEP Director. So Jenna, I'm going to give the show over to you.
Good. Can Gary give me option to share screen?
You're a co-host at least. Can you?
Okay.
I don't see your screen yet though.
Can you yet?
Give me just a minute. I'm going to make you a host.
Thank you.
Did you get a little signal at your end that said, do you want to be the host? You girls?
Mm-hmm.
I have not yet.
For all of our guests out there, this worked perfectly, of course, the other day.
Yes, it did. How about now? Are you able to see our first?
There we go. Yep, perfect. We got it.
All right.
So now our audience can see.
This is about the Tri-State HEP grant. HEP stands for High School Equivalency Program. Esta presentación se trata de la subvención del Estado HEP. HEP significa Programa de Equivalencia de la Escuela Secundaria. The goal of the HEP grant is that they will help migratory or seasonal farm workers and their children obtain the equivalent of a high school diploma and then also gain employment, begin post-secondary education, or join the military. La misión del HEP es ayudar a los trabajadores agrícolas migrantes o estacionales a obtener su diploma de la escuela secundaria y luego avanzar en su carrera, inscribirse en la universidad o unirse al ejército. When some people hear the word migrant, they automatically think of an immigrant, which is not the same thing. For this case, a migrant or a seasonal worker is a person who moves regularly in order to find work. For us, it does need to be with harvesting crops or working with live animals. A person can also qualify by being in the Migrant Education Program, or also known as MEP, and also the National Farm Worker Jobs Program would qualify them. Un migrante no es lo mismo que un inmigrante. Un migrante es una persona que se mueve regularmente con el fin de encontrar trabajo, específicamente en la cosecha de cultivos o trabajar con los animales vivos. También un migrante puede estar en el programa de educación migrante o en el programa nacional de empleos para trabajadores agrícolas. Todo el trabajo o participación en los otros programas tienen que haber sido en los últimos 2 años. The qualifying work for this grant does need to be seasonal or temporary. Seasonal is employment that occurs during a certain period of the year because of the cycles of nature, and it also cannot be year-round employment. Temporary employment would be employment that lasts for a limited period of time, usually just a few months, and once again, it's also not year-round employment. An example of either of these might be that a person harvested corn for a farmer just during harvest season in the fall, and then the farmer no longer needed them, and so that was seasonal. ¿Qué es el empleo estacional? Es el empleo que solo trabaja durante un cierto periodo del año debido a las estaciones del año y que no es un empleo durante todo el año. El empleo temporal dura por un periodo limitado de tiempo, por lo general unos pocos meses, y tampoco es un empleo durante todo el año. Un ejemplo de esto es que una persona trabaja para un agricultor durante la temporada de cosecha en el otoño y luego ya no es necesario después de que se cortan los cultivos. Tri-State HEP has 7 different locations that a student could come and take courses in 3 different states. In Arkansas, we have a site in Clarksville and one in Russellville. In Kansas, our sites are in Dodge City, Fort Scott, Garden City, and Liberal. And in Oklahoma, our one site is in Guymon. HEP tiene 7 ubicaciones en 3 estados. En Arkansas hay uno en Clarksville y en Russellville. En Kansas hay uno en Dodge City, Fort Scott, Garden City y Liberal. En Oklahoma hay un sitio en Guymon. For a person to be eligible for Tri-State HEP, they must be at least 16 years old and not attending high school. Of course, they must not already have a high school diploma. They or their immediate family members must have engaged in migrant or seasonal farm work for at least 75 days in the last 24 months. And then lastly, if they have participated or were eligible to participate in the Migrant Ed program in the last 24 months, they're also qualified, or if they were in the National Farm Worker Job Placement Program. Para que una persona sea elegible para el HEP, deben tener 16 años de edad o más, no deben asistir a la escuela secundaria, no deben tener ya un diploma de escuela secundaria y deben tener un miembro de la familia inmediata que haya realizado trabajos de granja temporales o estacionales durante al menos 75 días. O también pueden haber sido inscritos en el Programa de Educación Migrante, también llamado MEP, o pueden haber sido inscritos en el Programa Nacional de Trabajo de los Trabajadores Agrícolas, también llamado NFJP. Cada una de las vías de elegibilidad tiene que haber sido en los últimos 2 años. After the HEP staff have determined that a student is eligible, they will have them fill out an application, take the TABE test, in which a student must score a 7.9 or higher, and then also have them take GED ready exams. And that is just a practice exam for the GED test. Lastly, there is some paperwork that we will have the students fill out after applying and making sure that they are eligible. Después de que se haya determinado la elegibilidad del estudiante, el estudiante rellenará una solicitud, tomará una prueba llamada TABE, en la cual debe anotar un 7.9% o más, tomar algunas pruebas de práctica y por último rellenar los papeleos. After a student is accepted into the program, they are able to receive free tutoring, books, and materials to help study for the GED test. They will have the opportunity to attend a cultural event with the HEP staff, and we're also able to give them information on career or job placements within their area. They'll also have the opportunity to receive a free medical screening, or if they choose to do so, we are able to pay a medical stipend for any bills up to a certain amount. We also like to help with childcare expenses that have incurred while they're in class, and that's up to a certain amount per each week. We also give out a transportation stipend after graduation, and for an extra incentive, there's a $200 stipend given to every graduate of the program. After they have graduated, they can receive the placement stipend if they have advanced in their career, if they have enrolled in post-secondary education, or if they have joined the military. Un estudiante que es aceptado en el programa recibirá tutoría, libros y material, todos gratis, para ayudarles a estudiar para los exámenes. También tendrán la oportunidad de ir a un evento cultural con el personal del HEP. También podemos darles información sobre las oportunidades de empleo en la zona. Ellos tendrán la opción de obtener un examen médico o un estipendio médico hasta una cierta cantidad. También podemos ayudar a pagar por el cuidado de niños que fue cobrado durante el tiempo de clase, hasta una cierta cantidad. Cuando los estudiantes se gradúan, les damos un estipendio de transporte para ayudar con los gastos de gasolina. Como incentivo añadido, le damos a cada uno de los estudiantes $200 cuando se gradúan. Por último, si un graduado ha avanzado su carrera, se ha inscrito en la universidad o se ha unido a los militares, les damos un estipendio para eso también. There are two main goals of this program. The first goal is that the percentage of HEP students receiving a high school equivalency diploma will meet or exceed the national target of 69%. Secondly, the goal is that the percentage of HEP graduates who enter post-secondary education or training programs or receive upgraded employment or join the military will also meet or exceed the current national target of 80%. Hay dos objetivos principales del programa. El primero es que el 69% de nuestros estudiantes se graduarán con un diploma de escuela secundaria. El segundo objetivo es que el 80% de nuestros estudiantes que han graduado, han avanzado en su carrera, se han inscrito en la universidad o se han unido a los militares. If you know someone that does not have their high school diploma and may be able to benefit from the Tri-State HEP grant, please contact us. ¿Conoces a alguien que posiblemente esté interesado en obtener su diploma de escuela secundaria? Póngase en contacto con nosotros. Call the HEP office directly. The phone number is 888-372-2437. Or you can visit our website at fortscott.edu/HEP. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to answering your questions. El número de teléfono a llamar es 888-372-2437 o puede visitar nuestro sitio de web en fortscott.edu/HEP. Gracias por escuchar hoy y tenemos muchas ganas de oír de ti.
Does anybody have any questions? Okay. We ready to go on to camp then?
Yep, that would be great.
Can you see that?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Our next presenter will be Lynn Wheeler with Tri-State Camp Director. And I cannot see, she's got to get hers pulled up.
Now can you?
Yes, we can.
Hi, thanks so much for taking the time to watch our presentation today. This presentation is about the College Assistance Migrant Program at Fort Scott Community College. If you have any questions during this presentation, please write them down, and at the end you will see our contact information that you can call and ask us those questions. You're probably listening to this presentation because you are either a junior or a senior in high school and you're starting to think about college and what you plan to do after you get your high school diploma. And we're so glad that you are thinking about those things. Here are just some specific things and questions to think about as you're deciding what to do in the next few years. And they might just be some helpful things for you and your parents to talk about while you're at home. Estas son unas cosas en que puede pensar y hablar con sus parientes en la casa, y son preguntas de después de escuela secundaria. Some things that this presentation will be explaining to you is what is camp, why would I want to be in it, who qualifies for this program, what benefits are there for me, where is it, because there's not just one campus, we have 4 campuses, and what does each campus offer. Unas preguntas que voy a responder son ¿qué es camp? ¿Por qué camp? ¿Quién tiene derecho? ¿Cuáles son las ventajas para mí? ¿Dónde está camp? Porque tenemos 4 ubicaciones. ¿Y qué ofrece cada sitio de camp? Our ultimate goal as camp staff is to help these students complete their first year of college successfully. And that can be so many different things to each student. Some students, to be successful, need academic help, and we're there for them throughout the week for that. Some students need the financial help, and we're there for them for that. Some students need a family and kind of a social aspect of it, and we're definitely here for that also. So overall, we just want to see each student succeed no matter what that means to them. CAMP es un programa fundado 100% por el gobierno que ayuda a los estudiantes en su primer año de universidad. El objetivo del CAMP es ayudar a los estudiantes a completar con éxito su primer año de universidad. In high schools today, there are over 11,000 migrant students, and a little over half of those leave high school without their diploma. And so we are there to help them get that high school diploma and get them into that first year of college. Of those, about 50% that do end up getting a high school diploma, only 5% enter college. So we're really targeting this group of students that is maybe on the back burner or aren't sure where to go next after high school. Hay aproximadamente 11,000 estudiantes migrantes en los Estados Unidos. Aproximadamente 52% de ellos recibirán un diploma de la escuela secundaria y solo el 5% será asistir a la universidad. Debido a esto, queremos ayudar a más estudiantes a tener la confianza para asistir a la universidad y saben que tienen apoyo. As to why a student would want to be in camp, I think first and foremost, it's a great support system. Many of the students who qualify for our program are first generation students, meaning they do not have parents or grandparents who graduated college before them. And for that reason, they don't have much guidance as to what steps to take to even get into a school and to fill out scholarships and things of that sort. Also, some of these students are born into families with no entitlement to minimum wage jobs, health benefits, unemployment, and so it is hard financially for the students' families to support them through college. So we are here to help with those financial costs. ¿Por qué debe un estudiante quiere ser en el programa? Porque muchos de nuestros alumnos son estudiantes de primera generación y quizás no tengan familiares que son capaces de mostrar el proceso de obtención de un título universitario. También nos enorgullecemos de ayudar a los estudiantes a seguir una carrera libre de deudas. Por último, lo más importante para muchos padres es que los estudiantes tienen una familia lejos de casa y somos una familia muy grande. To be eligible for camp, a student must have a parent or a guardian or the student themselves that have been engaged in migrant or seasonal farm work for at least 75 days within the last 2 years. Or they could have been in the migrant education program at some point in their life, or they can also qualify through the National Farm Worker Jobs Program. And then secondly, we do require that the student has graduated from high school before they enter camp. And then lastly, they do need to be a legal U.S. citizen or qualified resident alien. Un estudiante es elegible para camp si tenga uno de los requisitos. Tú o tus padres o guardianes han participado en los trabajos agrícolas migratorios o de temporada al menos 75 días dentro de los últimos 24 meses. O tú has sido elegible para el Title I-C Migrant Education Program. O tú has calificado para el National Farm Worker Jobs Program. Y también tiene que tener un diploma de la escuela secundaria o un GED. y tiene que ser un ciudadano de los Estados Unidos o ser residente extranjero calificado, elegible para los beneficios públicos. As you can see here, there are so many benefits to the CAMP grant, and some of the ones that are probably most important for students are the personalized tutoring that they receive while they're in the program, and being able to have somebody hold them accountable for keeping their grades up. And I know also it's important for many students that we are there for them financially. Each student will not receive the same amount of money from CAMP. It is just dependent on what their needs are and how much support they have from home. As you can see here, there are lots of fun things that we do with the students, many cultural activities and campus visits that we go on, and really all of the benefits are really important for all the students. Podemos ayudar con muchas cosas, pero algunos de los más importantes son aplicar para ayuda financiera, que estén inscritos en clases, tutorías para las clases, pagar algunos costos de cuidado de niños, eventos culturales y permitiendo a cada estudiante a ganar una computadora gratis.
Our grant is specifically called Tri-State Camp because we have 4 different locations in 3 different states. One on the bottom of the map in Ozark, Arkansas, which is Arkansas Tech University. Then at Fort Scott Community College in Fort Scott, Kansas. Seward County Community College in Liberal, Kansas. And last but not least, OPSU in Goodwill, Oklahoma. El programa se llama Tri-State Camp porque tenemos 4 ubicaciones en 3 estados, uno en Ozark, Arkansas, Fort Scott, Kansas, Liberal, Kansas, y último en Goodwill, Oklahoma.
Each of our campsites offers many different programs. They do all offer an associate's degree, and Oklahoma Panhandle State University also offers a bachelor's degree. Muchas universidades ofrecen el mismo tipo de programas y carreras, pero algunos programas únicos en Fort Scott son certificados de Harley-Davidson, certificados de HVAC y una carrera de enfermería.
OPSU is a university that offers a 4-year degree within our program. They offer agriculture, education, science, math, and nursing, and many more.
OPSU es la única universidad de 4 años en nuestro programa. Ofrecen carreras en agricultura, educación, negocios, artes y muchos otros.
The only program that SCCC offers are technical certifications, such as business, science, math, PE, and many more.
Los únicos programas de SCCC son certificados técnicos, carrocerías y la salud aliado.
As you can see, there are many programs offered at the ATU Ozark campus, such as banking services, law enforcement, welding technology, and many, many more. As ustedes pueden ver, en la escuela de ATU Ozark hay muchos programas que ofrecen banco servicio, negocio, humano servicio, y mucho, mucho más.
I hope that you wrote down any questions that you might have. Our contact information is here on the screen, and feel free to call our director or coordinator anytime Monday through Friday. They're usually in the office 8 to 5. And please leave a voicemail if you don't get anyone. And if you need a Spanish translator, just leave a message and with your phone number, and I'll try to call you back. Thanks so much. Si tiene preguntas, puede comunicarse con cualquiera de estos empleados aquí. Para hablar con alguien en español, por favor, llámame a extensión 7530.
Thank you very much.
You want to say any questions?
Does anyone have any questions for Lynn or Jenna?
They're all shy.
it's,
It's
it's late. All right, well, I'm going to move on to our next guest speaker, which is Jamie Ladd. And Jamie comes to us from OU. She is our ESL program specialist.
doing perfect. Yeah,
Should I just click on the Spanish flyer? I think and pop-
It doesn't appear that there's very many parents
Okay.
here
Okay.
from the screens that I can see.
Okay, I can always say I have it
Mhm.
available. in
Yeah.
Spanish. I mean, this is just ideas anyway. I don't have concrete.
It's just fine. It's just fine. Okay.
I scared myself. I thought I hung up on us for a minute there. What you want to see next is just these, or are you still doing the PowerPoint she was working on?
No, I'm not doing the PowerPoint. I was just gonna bring up a couple flyers and talk about.
Are these are the flyers?
Says all summer camp. Yes, that's right. One's in Spanish and one's in English, though. The summer camp and.
Perfect. Here it comes. Let me get it. I gotta share the screen so they can really see it. They can hear us right now. Anything we say. And it is thinking about my PowerPoint, but I don't know why it's, my PDF document, but it's really slow.
Hmm.
So- Good. Give me a minute. Oh, I don't think we want that. Okay, give me just a minute here. Is that okay for the first one, or
Yeah.
did you need the other one?
No, that's good. So, like, if I move to the other one, I just click on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it should just pop up. If it doesn't, I'll come run.
Okay.
They can hear you now and see it. They'll see that. They see that right there.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Jamie Ladd, and I come to you from Extended Campus at the University of Oklahoma, the Center for English as a Second Language. And I'm just here today to talk to you about a couple different possibilities of programs. For us, this is new territory. We've never served the migrant community or students before. Typically, we've always served international students who are preparing to attend college or university. But now we are trying to turn our focus here in our own state, in our backyard. So just a couple ideas I wanted to share with you. Right now, we are currently working on a summer camp in partnership with the Oklahoma City Public School District. The summer camp is going to commence in the month of June. It will be for a week at a time for 4 weeks. But the premise of the camp basically is to equip English language learners with the English language skills and the leadership skills that they need so that they can become agents of change in their community. Maybe there's an issue in their schools, in their neighborhoods, in their communities that they feel like is getting neglected, and they would like to make some change, but they don't know where to begin to do that. So the goal of this camp is to equip them with those language skills, but also the leadership skills so that they can navigate the obstacles to overcome these issues, excuse me, But more than that, we're also using this as an opportunity to introduce them to life on campus, life at a college, what it's really like to be at a university, so that they can explore some pathways to the future through college and career awareness. So just to give you a little idea, right now, currently, they will be coming to our campus in Norman, and they stay with us for 5 days in the dorms where the freshmen live. Everything is paid for, all their meals, their transportation. We have very targeted instruction and curriculum that addresses their proficiency levels. And let's see here. So it will be project-based instruction. Let's see. We're going to have guest speakers that will help them navigate some of the obstacles that they have to face when they are interested in possibly attending higher ed or getting a higher ed degree. Or maybe they're not interested in that. Maybe they would like a vocational certification, or perhaps we even have some entrepreneurs and they're looking at ways that they can start their own business or maybe carry out their family's business. So what we want to do is allow them an opportunity to explore all those different avenues, offer them the support by connecting them with resources in their community and at our university, so that both linguistically and just from a career standpoint, they're better equipped to succeed. So that's just one theme that we have right now. And again, this just caters to English language learners in the Oklahoma City Public School District. But we would love to expand this to migrant students, and possibly even, if there's a way to weave their parents or their guardians into this so that they have support to navigate the American school system, so that they can help their children succeed. So any ideas that you have for any kind of summer camp, we have the resources and the means to house them, and and staff instructors so that we can meet their needs, whatever it may be. So just kind of keep that in mind. So that's one angle, that one program that we're looking at rolling out. The other one is, I'm sorry, do I just click on it?
Yeah, you may have to double click it. It looks like it's working on one.
There we
There
go.
it goes.
So this is a fairly new.
And you can pull that down.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you very much. So this is a fairly new program for us as well. We know that, again, there's a lot of overlap with English language learners and the migrant community, but oftentimes once they get into the workforce, or even if they are at the later end of their high school career and they're preparing to pursue some kind of degree or vocational certification, what have you, to put them in the workforce, that once they get in there, some of the higher level language that they need in terms of vocabulary can prevent them sometimes from advancing, succeeding, or maybe even getting the job. So we have a program called English Language Training for the Workplace. And my thought was that perhaps we could build this out for high schoolers if they've already identified what area they would like to go into, whether it be, industry or occupation. And we could offer them support by just strengthening their communication skills, teaching them a little bit about customer service. We've already met with OSHA, and they've agreed to provide a trainer to us so that we can build in some safety and health awareness components to it. But just give them the confidence and boost their morale so that they feel like they have the language skills that it's going to take to enter into these occupations and succeed. So, and what we would do is we would focus on the actual language that they would use on the job, and hopefully, we would create that curriculum alongside the employer or the academic program so that we know what it is that they're actually using on the job. So we could focus on things like pronunciation, accent reduction, different, like I said, different vocabulary and phrases that they use on a daily basis. and just overall general English and cultural training, things that often can, stand as barriers in their success in the workplace. So these are just a couple different programs that we have in mind that we feel like we haven't really explored it with the migrant community, but if we had an opportunity to sit down and really hone in on what the specific needs are, we could build a program to help support them in high school and hopefully beyond once they start to pursue a career. So my contact information is at the bottom here. I'm Jamie Ladd. The easiest way to reach me would just probably be through email, jladd@ou.edu. And so that is my primary role right now, is just trying to find ways that we can provide outreach into the communities, into English language learner populations that we haven't really served before. And the migrant community is one of those. So contact me if you're interested.
So speaking with Jamie earlier about her programs, I felt like the workplace English program would be great for our out-of-school youth. Something to think about for helping those students receive some additional training for workforce and learn some of those life skills. Jamie is also able to work with the individual districts. Explaining our migrant population to someone outside of the actual district or the State Department is that in our state of Oklahoma, the migrant population varies from Guyman to Huebner to Snyder up to Tahlequah. Through the entire state, it's so different. And so I was explaining that to Jamie, and Jamie is more than willing to help and build a incentive program to meet each district's needs. So feel free to reach out to her or even reach out to me to get a hold of her. I can send you her information. Fantastic program that really can tailor to whatever your district's needs might be. So we are done with our guest speakers. Yep, we can go back to my PowerPoint.
Let's see if I can get back to the right one. That it?
Yes. Yes. So speaking with our migrant recruiter and some other migrant districts was some questions about CareerTech and if CareerTech is an option for migrant students, and it absolutely is. I think it's a fantastic program. There are multiple CareerTechs in the state of Oklahoma, and on my next slides, I have it divided out by which CareerTech center would serve which districts. CareerTech is Oklahoma's highly acclaimed career and tech center. Tech education system offers a variety of services and educational opportunities for Oklahomans ranging from 6th grade all the way to senior citizens. Regardless of their age, skill level, or career, Oklahoma CareerTech will prepare you to succeed in the workplace, in education, and in life. CareerTech offerings at middle school, junior, and senior high schools and tech centers that during the academic school year of 16-17, courses were offered 391 courses for K through 12 school districts. There are 29 tech centers, 16 skills centers, 31 adult basic education providers, and more than 7,800 businesses that partner with those CareerTechs. There are secondary enrollments were 159,686, and then post-secondary enrollments were 363,222. More than 88,000 middle schools through adult students were members of at least one of the 7 co-curricular CareerTech student organizations, which help develop teamwork and leadership skills for the workplace and for life. And please note that some of those numbers that they may have been enrolled in multiple areas. So when I was doing some of my research and gathering information and contacts for the CareerTech, it is divided up into regions. They do provide a junior and senior year to students for a half day at no charge. After that student completes their junior or senior year, they then have the opportunity to do what they call a 13th year. The 13th year is free of tuition. However, they may have fees to pay. Speaking to some of the CareerTech regional coordinators, the fees are minimal. They're just computer fees and such like that. If this was a student that was an out-of-school youth, this would be a great source that you could spend some of your migrant funds on, paying for some of those fees for CareerTech for the 13th year. The CareerTech also offers that 13th year for a student who just graduated high school who may not have went to the CareerTech during their junior and senior year. So there's lots of opportunities for students at tech centers. So on the tech centers for the Northeast Tech, which is called their Afton campus, Northeast Tech Center, Afton campus, they would serve Commerce Public Schools and Miami Public Schools. In the Western Technology Center, they would serve, their campus names are Burns Flat and Sayre, and they would serve Merritt Public Schools. The Kiamichi Technology Center, which is the Poto campus, would serve Heavener Public Schools. Indian Capital Technology Center would serve Tahlequah Public Schools. And currently there are no tech centers for Guyman or for Yarborough. Indian Capital Technology Center, which is the Muskogee campus for that tech center, would serve Westville Public Schools. The Southwest Tech Center would serve Altus Public Schools. And the Great Plains Technology Center would serve Davidson Public Schools as well as Frederick Public Schools. And it's actually kind of in between that some of Altus students, if they possibly moved for their 13th year, they would possibly be able to do Great Plains, just kind of depending on geographic where they're at that time. So that is a list of the tech centers that are in your areas based on your migrant LEAs. So if you have any questions about who you might contact or which tech center, feel free to contact me. I can give you all of that information. And then we can even dive a little bit deeper and decide, what would be allowable under migrant funds that we could pay for in some of those situations. So that kind of covers a little bit of our CareerTech. The next request that we had for our PAC meetings to reach out to parents and to helping with families was regards to GED programs and providing some services for parents to better serve their students once they get home. So I did some research through the Oklahoma Department of Libraries, and I'm just going to navigate us through their website. And I'm also going to break down the state into regions as to where certain districts might go to certain libraries and those services that they offer that are free. Gary, can I click on this link? Oh, it is thinking. Okay.
Slow thinking. Let's bring up the Google Chrome down there and see if it's just shrunk down. It's trying. Give it just a minute. It's
Okay.
gonna pop up.
Okay, these resources, I chose this because they're free. There are some libraries that you can actually download their library card application, and they'll give you a 10-day pass to use their library system for free. And then you would have to go and show, residency to actually get your card and such like that. But a lot of these library systems, you can punch in your card number and access a wealth of information. I'm going to navigate us through this particular website is Oklahoma Department of Libraries. And I'm going to come down here to the middle where it says literacy resources. So this is a lot of information. I'm going to go start here at the for adults and the tutor training programs. So this is for adults, and it is to open the minds for tutors for English language learning. I read through this, thought it was a great resource. It's also free, which we love free. So this is a basic literacy training course, and this is just basic literacy for either our parents or for our students who might be struggling. This would be a great opportunity for parents to focus on some of their English and learn their second language that way. So I'm going to go back. Another great part here is the Immigration and Citizenship Services. So a lot of our migrant families are actually citizens, but some of them are not. And this is a fantastic service as well that will help immigrants get their citizenship. This whole program can be offered through different libraries. If you see down at the bottom where it says Great Plains Literacy, Southern Prairie Libraries, I'll go through those different library systems and which parts of the states that those actually reach out to. But this is also a free program. This is a great video to watch at a later time. Very moving, just about how these people are earning their citizenship to the United States, and it's free. So it's awesome. Another thing that I really like here is the for kids and the young adults. This is something that you could either make at the school and give to the parents, or if the parents have access at home, they could actually do it at home as well. And I'm just going to click on here where it says ready to learn. So down here at the bottom on the ready to learn, I really like these because they come in English and they come in Spanish. I was thinking also for our migrant districts, for our 3-year-olds, this would be a great resource to use when we are doing recruitment or doing site home visits. So if you click on this top one, which is if you give a mouse a cookie activity sheet, so they have it in English. Tells you exactly what to do. They also have it in Spanish telling you exactly what to do. It then has the sequencing cards that go along with the book. So you could essentially make a make and take book for parents to go home, goes in the child's backpack, comes back the next day. At a parent night, you could share this with them, maybe have some ready for them to cut out, have some books available. There's all kinds of avenues. Migrant funds could pay for some of these books and these materials. So you can essentially make a lot of these make and take bags through migrant funds. And this would be a great thing to send home and work with the little kids of migrant families. So that is through the Oklahoma Department of Libraries website. Those are all reading activities for parents, and then some resources to help adults. So I'm going to exit out of that, and we're going to go back to our PowerPoint. Okay. So This is our Oklahoma Public Libraries and the library systems. This is our map of Oklahoma and how it's divided up. So if you see at the top corner, the pink circle is actually independent library systems. And then all of the color-coded systems, the green, blue, yellow, orange, teal, those colors are the actual library systems, such as Western Plains, Southern Oklahoma Library System, the Tulsa City Library System, Southeastern, so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you which library system would be for which of our school districts, and then we're just going to navigate through to see some of the resources that they offer as well. So these are the 8 public library systems, and I'm actually going to navigate us through the Southern Oklahoma Library System. Not for any particular reason, I just really liked this one. So on this particular library system, if you go down, if you go here to research and database, no, I'm sorry, that's not it. Am I on Southern? Yes, I'm on Southern. I'm sorry, it's programs. Going to go over to programs. I'm going to come down here to the technology, and I'm going to go into Oklahoma Virtual Library. So this is a ebooks. You can do audiobooks, and I'm actually going to go up here to the search bar, and I'm just going to punch in GED. So what I loved about this is these are all on ebooks, and a lot of our migrant districts actually have tablets that are checked out to our OSYs or even to our students, and they can take those home. Great resource right here. This is, again, this is free. So they also have here down at the bottom, they have GED in Spanish through an ebook that you could essentially borrow that book. Now keep in mind, when you do on the library system, you probably only have 2 weeks to download that, but then you could renew it just like any other library. You would be able to renew it. But these are great resources for your parents of your migrant students. So I'm going to exit out of this one. We're going to keep going. So again, these are all the library systems. Feel free to go through each one of those links. I will give you guys the PowerPoint to this and navigate through a lot of those resources that are available. Bear with me, we're almost done. So these are our library systems broke up by migrant districts. In Altus would be the Southern Prairie Library System, Commerce, Miami Public Library, which is an independent library. Davidson is an independent library system as well. And so on some of those independent library systems, they're a little bit harder to navigate. I am going to navigate though through the Guinan Public Library, and they actually have an art center connected with theirs, and they are an independent library system. So Guinan has a great resource here as well. They actually have here on this bottom left-hand corner where it says English classes. So they have ESL classes that they offer on 5:30 p.m. on Thursday nights. Find this fantastic resource for parents. So I just wanted to show you guys all the different resources that some of these public libraries offer. I think it's amazing, and it's right at our fingertips. So another one we have, I'm going to show you, is Miami. It's a good one. Miami's public library system. Great, helpful website. I'm going to go over to the education tech training. Let me get over here and see right here at the helpful websites. Scroll down a little bit. I'm going to click on education actually. So it actually brings up all of the resources there. So they have FAFSA, how to fill that out, different college information. One of the things I really liked on this one was the tech training, which is down here at the bottom where it says technology training resources. I'm going to click on digital learn. So Digital Learn I found was very resourceful as well. You keep scrolling down. And they have job skills. They have ways of creating your resume and online job searching, applying for jobs online. This is tutorials on ways that are helpful in the job process. So you could do this essentially with your OSYs as well as with your parents. Fantastic resource here as well. So I think that may be it for today. Let me double check. Yep, that is it. So I have now just our parent concerns, questions, and suggestions. As a migrant student, parent, or guardian, do you have any concerns, comments, or suggestions about the local MEP or even from the state MEP? Okay.
Make sure nobody chatted in a question. I had it up earlier, but hiding. No more. You might just say they can email
Okay.
or call.
All right. Well, that's going to conclude our meeting for today. I appreciate everyone coming out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or to call me, and I will send this PowerPoint out to you, as well as this should be video recorded. So we can also do that, send it out to you as well. There's my contact information, Jose's contact information, and Gloria's contact information. Also, most of you guys know that I will be leaving for maternity leave here soon. Gloria has stepped in and really been helping me with the migrant program. And while I'm gone, she would be your main contact as far as claims and just any sort of issues that may arise. If Gloria is unavailable or unable to assist, Jose would be your second person to get into contact with. But I just have to thank my leadership that they have really dove in with me on this, knowing that I'm not going to be here for a little bit. So again, I appreciate everybody coming out, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you very much.